It's Mary with Seer, and this is your daily tarot. This is for July 12th, 2019. Can you believe it's going to be the 12th already? Wow. So I have a different kind of focus card today. These are shaman cards. I've had these maybe 20 years or longer. I dug them up in some of my supplies, packed boxes and stuff when I was moving. Like about 10 years ago, and I found them recently when I started doing the tarot cards. So this is really cool. This one is called Heat Moon. It's a Leo, and it has shields and adolescent kind of related to it. Okay, fire. And so this card talks about taking the time to create things, using your inspiration to create new things, knitting or cooking or making a prayer stick or, leather work, any kind of creative activity, dream catcher, any kind of thing, jewelry making, poems, YouTube channels. So they talk about how important this is to keep our creative juices flowing, and it connects us with other people and God and spirit. And also that when we create these things, to make sure that we share them with others, our loved ones. And so we infuse the creations with our intention. And not only that, if we give them away or as gifts, or even if we sell them, we make them to sell, we affect other generations, our families and other people. And if we do it for a space in our heart, then we can be the positive change, more of the positive change that we want to be. So I apologize for my camera being kind of yellow. I am going to buy a new camera. This one it's just like a webcam, but it doesn't give me the ability to adjust the lighting. But I plan to get one within the next 2 weeks. You'll see a great improvement. Because at night, things kind of turn a little bit yellow. So this is kind of a great idea for the weekend. If it's really hot outside and you're not doing water stuff, or you're not camping or on vacation, and crafts keeps the kids busy, and we need to have that in our homes because a lot of this has been taken out of our schools. We don't have as much as we used to. So, and allowing our seniors and our parents and grandparents teach our children and grandchildren how to make hands-on things, how to things that they used to do. Bring down tradition. It's so important. A lot of that we've allowed to be washed out of our families and traditions, and we really need to bring those back and create new ones. That there is a little piece of my idea, and I think that God and Spirit agrees with that. I know that a lot of religions and close families like to do things like that together. So okay, let's get going. So we have the Star, and we have the Two of Pentacles. And we have the Magician. We have the Hierophant. Looks like it's going to be a big day tomorrow, huh? So, I'll start with these. The Star is it's a air sign, Aquarius. It's a star about creating and setting your intentions. What would you like to do? If you could throw everything aside and not worry about bills, and you wanted to do something that you've always wanted to do, like as a kid, like this dream, what was that dream? And then, do you still have the dream, or do you embrace any of those dreams anymore besides, hey, I want a new car or I want a new house? Something that would make your soul sing. And that's what being creative is about. And it's kind of interesting how this all always seems to fall into place. So think about that. Kind of see if you can connect to that part of yourself. If you can't at this moment, then maybe you can think about it and put it on the back burner in your head or in your consciousness, and then let it come to you. And maybe you'll remember what you loved as a child. You know, I loved planting flowers, and I always wanted to be a florist. You know, something you can bring beauty and part of yourself and just thrive, and it'll just make you happy. You know. Okay, so also so it's really interesting because we have 3 out of 4 cards are major arcanas. We have the Magician. So the Magician is saying, you know, you have everything you need to make your dreams come true, to make this reality. You know, you have all the tools. You basically have your intention. Your intention, your powers of manifestation. Actually, we all have those. And, you know, it's time to play around with that. What would you like to create? Okay, now the Hierophant, it's kind of like a spiritual leader, but it's also established systems. Okay, so we could say that religion is part of the establishment, right? Or politics, but also spirituality. So this right here is being guided, divinely guided, you know, by God or Spirit, saying, what would you like to do now? And if you notice, all 3 of these are, you see, there's the star, kind of almost looks like a star that they follow. Like, I don't remember what the name of that star is. The whole nativity thing. That's terrible. I should know the Bible better than that. Anyway, so, and then the Magician, we have the pure power of creation, right? Creation, manifestation. In fact, what we don't realize is that we manifest every day with our thoughts. So our thoughts become things because they're actually tangible. They're word forms. And when we speak negativity, then we bring negativity in our life. And that's why they say cursing. Don't curse me. Well, a curse are words, negative words. But we could have good curses or bad curses, depends on what we speak. You know, that's why it's called spelling and spells. So, just a reminder, I'd like to, part of the manifestation, try to make sure you keep your thoughts and your mind clean of negativity as much as possible. Deal with it, move on. Deal with it, move on. Don't let that rent space in your head. Because right now our powers of manifestation is really big. Okay, so deep breath. Okay, so 2 of Pentacles. So with all this information, you know, kind of looking in it, we're all reviewing our lives. We're all reviewing our relationships. We just can't help it because we got so many retrogrades going. Part of that is maybe looking at, is there anything I'd like to change? Is there anything that's keeping me off balance that, you know, maybe I work in this place that doesn't appreciate me, never will, but it just barely pays the bills. Or maybe I have to work 2 jobs, but I don't ever feel like, you know, if you're in a place where you feel stuck, relationship or anything, it's not a place that inspires creativity. It's not a place that inspires happiness. In fact, it tends to inspire addiction and negativity, and it's not a place of thriving. So the reason why certain situations, relationships, stuff like that, we feel bad there, because it's like our red flag saying, you know, you should probably change something. And then something big will happen eventually because we really do want out. And eventually God or the universe or spirit will say, here you go, here's your out. So you can choose to take the out and you know, kind of look at it so you can be proactive in your life instead of trying to clean up a mess after we refuse to make the choice. You know, we've all done it. Okay, so that's kind of pretty heavy for one day reading, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is just, you all know what you have that you would like to look at and that you have been looking at: relationships, jobs, children, your own maybe there's things about yourself that you want to, I want to stand up for myself more. I want to be kinder. I want to think before I speak. There's all these different ways and reminders for us to be better. And a lot of those, we get lessons where we're on the other end of whatever we do. Those are really valuable lessons. And at some point, it's really important that we're accountable for everything we do. Even when somebody really hurts us because maybe we didn't make the choice to get out sooner, or to look at the truth, or maybe we should have chosen better. But also, remember that could have been just built into your life's plan. And that's just the way it was supposed to roll, because you had to learn that lesson. So there's so many layers to every part of our lives. And it's just fascinating, especially from this side. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple more cards here. We're going to, I don't know, let's just do one on the Hierophant. This is the Nine of Cups. So this is a wish card. You can use this guidance, and you can actually work within our systems, within what we already have established, to make your dreams come true. It's being creative enough to say, instead of saying I cannot do this because, to say, hey, I can use this to get to here. And so that's why it's important we stay in touch with our creativity, because then we don't get boxed in to the way we're told or the way other people do stuff. And also, while you're deciding what you want, this is just my advice, but it's better to tell less people. And make sure if you do tell anybody, make sure they're supportive people, because there's a lot of negative people that they're stuck and they don't want to see anybody, it threatens them. And maybe some mean to, but many don't mean to squish your dreams. So make sure that you don't allow anybody to squish your dream. And if somebody tells you can't, just, I always use that opportunity to say, oh yeah, watch me. So I'm stubborn like that. Let's do one on the Magician here. Okay, so this is the Hierophant upside down. So, well, isn't that interesting? So the Magician is saying the Hierophant is saying use the systems we have to make your dreams come true. But the Magician is saying you don't have to do it that way. You can do it any way you want. You can create the system. You can use something that's not typically used. So that is so cool. Okay, let's talk about your wish here. Excuse me. This is the Empress. Okay. So the Empress can be many things, but if we were talking about a wish, it could be somebody that is very abundant, or because the picture is a woman that's she has everything. She's abundant. She's actually pregnant, so she's fertile. It can also represent Gaia, the earth. Just all things abundant. So all around, in the female, the feminine divine, the kindness through love, to be able to do things through love. And maybe you just got this really incredible woman that you have on your mind that she's your wish. And how am I going to get there? And so that's when you can use all this the same way to get to that. Whatever, just thinking outside of the box should be the normal. Going against the grain is my normal. Obviously, I'm here. Anyway, so let's talk about the choice, okay? King of Cups. So the choice may be going after love. Also, the King of Cups he is very, he's very deep. He has a lot of emotions, but he also commands that kind of things come to him. He's not a guy of action, but he'll send somebody off, so to take care of his business, so it will come to him. So this is also interesting because it's like the law of attraction, manifestation, creation, passion, love. If you come from the heart space, which is cups, the heart space, in a balanced way, and you're happy, you will manifest automatically, because you'll be in a place of positive vibration. You automatically bring love and happiness, more happiness, and abundance. It can't help it. It just will come right to you. So that's really, really a great reading, and it's a lot of information. You might have to listen to it twice. So thanks for being here, and have a great Friday too. Bye-bye.